All right. So today's story is Four Eyes. So I'm going to tell you about how I got my glasses. To start, though, one thing that I find weird about glasses is it's one of the few, vision problems. It's one of the few disabilities where people who don't have that disability will wear the adaptation for fashion. For example, sometimes, yeah, you'll see someone with a cane who doesn't need a cane, but typically glasses is the only thing. Well, you'll see people who don't need them wearing them. This especially happened in the 90s. There was a trend where people wore, glasses with just plain lenses, no prescription. Super weird. You don't see anyone like walking around with a leg brace trying to be cool. Like, hey, check out my sexy leg brace. That doesn't happen. So that's a weird thing about glasses. People also make a lot of assumptions based on glasses. They assume you're smart right away. It's like, no, I can't see. It has nothing to do with my intelligence whatsoever. Also, the whole librarian thing, oof, I won't go into too much detail, but I can tell you it's kind of disturbing to have people tell you things like, "Oh, sexy librarian." Like, well, yeah, librarians are sexy. They have all the knowledge, but it has nothing to do with this business. People are weird about glasses. Also, I've noticed that people who have contacts really try to convert you. Like, you got to get contacts. I don't wear contacts because they hurt my eyes. My eyes dry out and then it triggers migraines. To which some of my friends who wear contacts are like, "You should just get the dailies. You should just clean it more." I'm like, why am I trying to find a solution, pun intended? Why am I trying to find a solution to a problem that's already solved? Like the glasses are easy. Just put them on, no fuss, no muss. So I am the only one in my family, first of all, with glasses. Everyone else in my family has 20/20 or better vision. My brother calls me one of four, because out of the four of us, I'm the one who got all the stuff, the dyslexia, the glasses, the scoliosis. You get the idea. I didn't have glasses from early childhood. I could see just fine. It was around the age of 10 where it was starting to get hard to see stuff, but that's middle school. And I was just like any other middle schooler. I wanted to fit in. I didn't want glasses for all those reasons I mentioned. People act weird about glasses. So I did what most middle schoolers do, and I just tried to ignore the problem. I found I was pretty good at memorizing the things that my teachers would say. So I would just memorize what they said. Most of the time, they read things off of the board. So I would just listen when they read it and easy peasy. Two things happened that put this strategy to a stop. One, my mother took us to a movie, which is rare. She took us to the movie Hot Shots, which I highly recommend. So funny, still is. And it was kind of sabotage, really. My mother's tricky. Part of why she took us to this was to show to me how much I had to squint. She kept during the movie leaning over and going, "Yeah, you can't really see that, can you? It's fuzzy. You're squinting. That's really hard on your body to squint like that." So that kind of introduced me to the concept of you need to get glasses. But still, I was stubborn. So I was like, no, no, I can see just fine. Of course, my mother didn't fall for that. She let it go for that moment. And then about a week later, my teacher outed me. Here's how he did this. So Mr. McCabe, great teacher, also was best friends with my grandpa, so I couldn't get away with a lot. He also would compare me to my grandpa a lot, which I liked. And he was a really good teacher. He was sweet, he was gentle, he was patient, but he also wasn't above tricking someone. He had tried to send me to the school nurse to get an eye test already, and I lied. I said I went. I did not. I went to the library, read for what I thought would be about the time of a test, and headed back. So here's how he tricked me in this. He got the classmates involved. That's what he did. He wrote on the board, "Monica can't read this," and then read something else while pointing to it and said, "Monica, what does this say?" So I said the thing that he had said while pointing to it, and the whole class laughed, and the gig was up. He said, "My dear, you need glasses. Do I need to call your grandpa?" And I said, "No, please don't get my grandpa involved." So I went home, told my mother about it, and we went to get the eye test. And it was fantastic, I might add, getting glasses for the first time because you can really tell the difference. And it's still the same whenever I get a new prescription. I sometimes wait longer than I should to get the new prescription and then put on the glasses like, how is vision not top priority? Like, how did I not take care of this? I can see everything real crisp. So that's how I got my glasses, was trickery from my parents and from Mr. McCabe, but I'm glad they engaged in that trickery. And I'm going to end with this. I am no longer the only person in the family wearing glasses. My nephew, Mr. Marshall, also has glasses, but he has a much better, his generation, your generation, he has a much better attitude than I do. He loves his glasses. Like, he's always picking out new types of pairs and like telling me you should get some red ones. And so it's kind of a fun thing we have in common now.